right? 'Cause, yeah.
Got one 13-year, well, it'll be 14 next week.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a Las Vegas baby. He was with me for the last 3 days in Vegas.
Oh, wow.
Jared was racing out there.
That was SEMA this weekend.
Yeah, see what's going on now.
Yeah, we were just up in a town called East Liverpool. Did you ever hear that in Ohio? It's right outside Pittsburgh. We had a bunch of guys painting out there.
Actually, I think I've been through there going to Reading, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's right across the top.
Yeah.
Oh, turn my phone. Oh, I don't have my phone with me. Well, that's good then. Oh, okay.
What time do you have, John, on your laptop?
About a minute out.
Did the Irvins have their cold opening yet?
I don't know if they have or not.
I don't think so.
No?
So the newspaper's moving up here.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
221.
What's that?
221 Walnut.
The Register?
That's the address I heard, yeah.
Really?
They sold their building.
Is that archaeological place, I guess, up there?
Really?
So what's going in their place?
The archaeological people.
They're going in the register?
Well, I don't know what's going in there.
Okay.
I don't know how big it is.
Basement's pretty big. I call to order Lawrenceburg Downtown Historic Preservation Commission. Roll call, please.
Mario Todd. Dick Martin.
Here.
Attorney Thomas Blondell.
Yep.
And myself.
There's no minutes present, correct?
We'll have to grab those for the next time around.
Okay.
All we have on the agenda for this evening is review of the historic preservation, historic inventory structure map.
Okay, John, you want to walk us through that and explain to the board?
What we're looking at identifying here is any structures that might have been missed the first time around. This is a 10-year-old file at this point. There might have been a few that have been torn down, but we have to officially vote to remove them from the inventory map.
So John, can we do it as a, on the demo side, we know what buildings have been demoed over the last 10 years, correct?
Yes.
Can we go ahead and make a motion to remove those off the map?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Is there a motion?
I'll move.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. So what we'll do, we'll go through and catalog those demos per record and show those as the first removal.
Right.
Okay, John, what, do you have an order we want to go through as far as identifying what's not on the map that should be on the map?
I believe there's a couple maybe up Walnut Street that we're missing.
I do know the old Jackson Hardware is one.
Jackson Hardware is not on there.
I
The
feel-
rear, let's see here, Jackson Hardware is not on there. The antique store is not on there.
I feel both should be added. Would the board agree?
How old is the antique store?
It's probably, I'm gonna say mid-18s is one of the first on Walnut Street, correct?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, they just keep on putting more facades on it?
Facades on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, for that corner, I think the antique store slash or the pizza places, that's one of the older structures of the downtown.
Pizza place is on there.
And that kind of shows you there that there was actually three separate buildings, the newest being the one at the alleyway, which was the Durban Savings at one time, I believe. Curves, some may know it as.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mary and Dennis's old building.
Yes, yes.
So that's part of this building that we're talking about?
It's adjacent to, but I don't believe we have it listed, do
We
we?
don't have it listed now.
No.
Should be.
No.
I would think that should be.
I don't know what the date is. Do you have a build date on that?
Check that one.
Yeah, I know it's not listed.
Is there another building behind that, or is that an attached portion of the Curves building?
I think it's all one building. I think it had a little appendix added on to the back there
Mm-hmm.
that they used, actually for the, entry into there's a garage and the entry into the rear of the building. And it was covered, I believe, wasn't it?
2 parcels, it's one building though.
It's got
Yes.
Yeah, 2 parcels, 1
County
building.
has it as 1870.
Wow.
I've been in the basement, I believe it.
Yeah, it's all rock basement. And I think what you're looking at, if you look at the front before the step up, look at the parapet walls at the very top roof line. I think that is the addition frontage to that. Because I think you entered at ground level at one time, if not below ground level. And of course, everybody's around here is kind of accustomed walking up those steps. So I'm gonna guess that front's added on to the first 13 foot or so. So John, would that make it, just per the date that's listed, would that make it feasible to go ahead and register that building also?
Our structures need to be characterized by or added to the list based on their historic character and quality. There's not a whole lot of historic facade left of that one.
No, and maybe that's how we kind of keep it before it gets any worse, you know what I mean?
You know, the antique place doesn't have
No.
a facade that's,
Right.
Well, that's an old shot. What's the image date on that?
This is 19.
So since that time, of course, we've got awnings, some window textures, some
Yeah.
lighting. I mean, it's picked up some, of course, blade sign. It's picked up some characteristics. John, go back up to overhead. That should be last year's image.
Yes. Oop. Okay. Yeah, there's your awnings.
Yeah. Kind of go down and do pushback on it. It'd probably be a little better.
Let's zoom back in.
Yeah. Okay, I'll shove it,
yeah, you got awnings in
yeah. So yeah, it's got a little more characteristic, and color actually made a big difference. It's painted there, all one solid color. It's a shame we don't have a current, but I agree with John saying that the other building doesn't have a lot of historic characteristics in the front now, but like I said, I think just kind of the born-on date of that building, if I had to defend it, would make me think, go ahead and put it in the registry.
And that's the one we're
And
talking
the
about.
reason I say that, color, windows, doors, somebody eventually is going to probably do some ADA type, ramps or something to get you access in that building.
Right.
I'd hate to see it get too far out of hand, with that.
It might be a tough one too.
Yes. Yeah, you'd almost be better off to take that planner out, scoot that alleyway over a little bit and do a side entry with a ramp to get up the elevation on it. You know what I'm saying, on the alley there?
I think that one property owner does own both those properties right now.
I think the city owns the alley though,
Well, yeah, the city has the alley, but
Right,
so I don't know.
to remove the planter, we'd have to get down with the property owner
right,
of the parking lot.
right, the parking lot, sure. But if I was the owner, I would agree to have an easement, or the city, I would go ahead and agree to have an easement, for that ramp, to give up part of that alleyway.
In exchange for maintenance.
And use of that parking lot,
Right.
because right now, I believe the parking lot's sealed off of
Right.
use, public use. So I think there could be some mitigation, mediation there.
Yeah, just agree to surface coat it, put in a ramp, you know, in exchange for usage and maintenance.
Because that parking would be, it's going to be pretty premium here pretty soon, and
Well,
that, with the
absolutely.
downtown's catching on.
And would the board like to add 118 Walnut Street, the old Curves building?
Looking for a motion or denial.
Right now, I'm looking at Antique Mall, Jackson Hardware, and that.
So what actually is the definition of something on this
Register.
protection, this register?
That would be in our historic code.
Because I know they're old, but like you say, they don't look old from.
Yeah, it
the
limits,
outside,
it
but I
limits
know
the
if you-
improvements you can perform on the building. It limits, requires the applicant to come in if they're changing
Right.
colors.
But what is the,
What gets you on
gets
there?
you on
Yeah,
there?
is it like a date
Or the components, yeah. I don't know them off the top of my head. They'll have a definition of, you got definition of what qualifies in there? Historic district guidelines?
Cause I know that for sure the Curves is old
Yeah, he's-
in the basement.
Well, he's saying it's 18 what?
1870 per county
Yeah,
record.
Cause,
and I'm saying that
But they-
alone would be the definition, I would say that.
Over 100 years?
Yeah,
and if that's the only case, then yeah, both of them,
Yeah.
and the Jackson
Qualify.
Hardware, what year was that built?
Okay, we've got different classifications
Okay.
within the historic district. Outstanding, notable, contributing, and non-contributing. What we're showing on the map today is outstanding in gray and non-contributing in white.
what's on the notable?
Does not merit the outstanding rating, but is still above average in its importance. That's National Register type of buildings.
Well, seeing, at least 40 years old under contributing.
Non-contributing, maybe less than 50 years old, or maybe older properties. Contributing is at least 40 years old.
Yeah.
Important to density or continuity of the area's historic fabric.
So, say we accept the antique mall, I'd hate to have the, Changes building all of a sudden be
Painted
pink
purple.
or
Right.
purple or, yeah. Or have a, you know, storefront that looked like it should be a Mardi Gras.
Right.
So for continuity, you said something about continuity up there, is that?
Contributing.
Contributing.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Let's do it.
So it satisfies the time requirement.
Mm-hmm.
You want to have the importance of the building. They've all been here for over 150 years.
Right.
I mean, again, like I say, it's kind of keeping controls before it gets out of control. And I think it's all, you can make a case for it all, that's for sure.
So I make motion for Antique Mall, the Old Curves building, and
Jefferson Hardware.
Jackson Hardware,
Jackson
all to
Hardware.
be added to the list.
And a second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Would John please show that listing in?
Mm-hmm.
What else, anything else right offhand you think of?
Get to it here. Now, are we gonna break it down by outstanding and notable?
Well, I think you run all the classifications. Of course, these are within the district, correct?
Correct, yes.
I think that's one qualification, correct? In other words, if you
They have to reside in the, yeah, they
Yeah,
have
that's
to be in the
within the
district.
district.
Yeah,
Then you gotta identify what the classification is, so sounds like all three meet the notable. And what about the outstanding? What's the requirement for outstanding, John?
Outstanding resources can be of local, state, or national importance. Property still has sufficient historic or architectural significance such that it is listed in the National Register.
so if it's already listed,
We've got one that's listed, and it's the courthouse.
courthouse, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and there's some on title,
That would be a different type of listing. This is the National Register.
okay.
What about the old bank building, where where Savista is, isn't that?
Yeah, I
Right,
think it's
it's got
registered
it.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely on our list already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that, like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
So, but the courthouse is as well?
Courthouse is on the
It's
National
it's
Register.
federal.
National, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, we got,
That's our one outstanding.
oh,
right. So, police station,
Police station is listed.
okay.
The police station is?
Yes.
I thought there was something between there and Center Street that was not.
Let's see, we've got.
Oh, I bet that was Francois' old building.
Right next to us?
Yeah, yeah, I don't think it is. That little infill, it's got the Bedford Stone, John, you were talking about?
Yep. Once we've added Jackson Hardware, the only thing not in on that side of the street from the PD to High Street, yeah, there's one property that's not on the list here. And I think it is that one.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
that a reconstruction or was that an original building?
I think it's a fill-in, isn't it?
I believe it is. Let me see what the,
Yes, because everything was new and
I think it's an infill.
this was gonna be like in the 50s.
1959.
Yeah.
could you?
Yeah. That one may be a hard one to,
That'd be a hard one to justify.
yeah.
But
Over here, is that-
let's see here. And then that is not on the list either. I don't feel it needs to be.
Right, that used to be the shoe store. Trinipole.
1972 on that one.
How about on down,
Okay, nothing from this building to the railroad tracks on this side of the streets on the list.
is there not?
No.
So Sarah's building, who?
Sarah's building is not on the list.
Back her up.
Oh, it locked up on me. There it
There
is.
you go.
Those two are not on the list currently, but they need to be.
Yes,
Mm-hmm,
yes, I agree.
yep.
God, my office in the back of that building was on a 2-foot angle.
Ooh.
I
Don't
couldn't
drop
hold
your-
I couldn't hold a pencil on
Like
my
I said,
desk.
don't drop your pen.
Yeah,
Okay, we'd like to put these two buildings on the list.
Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Okay.
how old is the grocery store? Or the
I bet it was the 40s.
40s?
I'm just guessing on the architect on the,
1940.
Wow.
guessing on the architect style of the parapet walls.
It meets the criteria.
You know, I would say yes, and the reason I say that, that's a lot of frontage if somebody wanted to make a mess out of it.
Mm-hmm. Right on our main,
Right,
Thoroughfare
right,
here.
very, very visual, very focal.
I agree.
And I should say make a mess, but I'm just saying it's a very noticeable building,
Paint it purple.
yeah.
See, what we're also missing, if we look up the street, the last church on the right before you get to St. Lawrence isn't on this list,
Is not,
is not.
yeah, we probably need to put that on there. Let's go ahead and get this,
Those
These two.
three?
yeah.
You want all three of them or just the two?
I think we want the grocery store also, right?
Yeah.
We just did a vote for the two.
Okay, let's do the doctor's building, whatever,
202 and 204 Walnut's what that is on the tax map.
okay.
I'll make the motion for 202, 204.
Okay,
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
okay, we've got 6 properties added right there. It's got me tilted for some reason.
You know how many times Clark and I had to go around the block in a truck trying to do this?
I know, that's,
And we would miss them. People behind you be blowing. So what church is that?
I don't know what it's called, but
Is that church attached to the one to the left of it? Or closer to St. Lawrence? Oh, that's just,
Just on the.
no, this is just wide
that's just
open,
on the corner, yeah.
Wesleyan Church.
The Wesleyan Church.
Wesleyan?
How old is that?
It's old.
You gonna
It's-
guess it?
I'm gonna say turn of the century, of course, the last century.
John, you know?
1945. Well, hold on.
wow.
No.
1922. The house is 1945.
Okay, now I'll believe that, yes.
1922 church.
Yeah, so, missed about 20 years, but
Does that church have any windows to it?
I think on the Tate Street side there is.
Oh, yeah?
There's a few.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
There's a few.
Yeah, that front has been added on too, as you can see.
Yeah.
Could modern it up a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should accept it on with the opinion of the board. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
What else you have between that and St. Lawrence on that side?
I got a computer that just broke on me. Nothing. Got nothing listed.
Hmm.
We've also got a block between Tate and Margaret on Elm. We've got it in the register, but there's no structures on the list up there.
Between Tate and Elm,
The block that they tie up when the Central School lets out.
so facing Tate or facing it?
Let me get this thing fired back up here. Okay, none of these are on the register.
But they're in the historic district?
They're in the district, but nothing's listed.
You wanna jump back up to Tate and? Did it freeze up again?
Get back out of it here.
Go back up to Short Street and let's work our way.
Okay.
Can you see open?
There's Short Street. And we've got nothing from 50 down Third or on Short.
Well, let's go to.
None of these are listed.
Let's go to Third. Now, starting like from Third Street going back to the east, there's what,
Whoop.
3 or 4 houses there? The frame home, St. Lawrence, I think, owns.
There's a home here St. Lawrence owns.
It's not that old. That
Nope.
brick may be next to it, to the left of it.
Where I need to be here.
All St. Lawrence stuff's on there though, correct?
Not listed now.
Not listed?
Well, everything on Walnut's listed. There's nothing on Third listed.
Okay. So I'd say we skip the little frame home, right? What about that one next to it there, the brick?
See if I can get it on here.
Yes.
Google didn't drive that street.
Google bypass it, didn't it?
Google bypassed that street.
You can do from 50 shot on it.
Well, there it is right there. If it catches up.
That's 2 down from it.
Let's see what the vintage
There's
is.
a partial.
Let me see what the vintage is on these.
It's always been on a little bit.
That one's showing 1900.
Which one?
The one
In between?
in the middle of the frame.
Okay. I think that one should be on there.
One behind it has nothing listed.
What about the one to the left there? It looks like it's sitting on top of that one.
This is all one unit,
Both those?
and this is one unit, yes.
No. No.
One home with a funky addition.
Really?
Yes.
It's 2 addresses, right?
30 East 3rd Street.
I think we're talking, go back out on 50 and shoot. There's 3 houses there. It won't let you spin?
We've got the one dead ahead.
Right, that, when we said no, that's the frame house.
Right.
That white house,
And that little thing to the left of it is the addition of that white house.
The yellow is an addition to the white.
The upper floor here is attached.
and it's still same title property?
And it's behind a tree in that one. There she is. Yeah, that's still one property.
Wow.
So is that on the registry?
None of these are on the registry. These are both showing around 1900.
And they're all 3,
They're all within the district.
That's kind of a wild beast there.
Yeah.
And I think there's a fence that divides the backyard off.
This picture was taken 2 months ago.
so once they go in the registry, John, do you send them notice that now they're
We're
in
gonna have to
historic?
generate the letters and then send the notice that they need to come to meetings before they touch the outside of their structures.
Right,
And you hope they get,
We'll hope they show up.
well, you hope they get permits, seek permits for any,
Correct.
outward
Changes,
construction
yeah.
or improvements,
Yeah.
would be the second catch, I guess.
Well, yeah, I'm just thinking of it as the homeowner. Hey, look, I didn't have any restrictions. All of a sudden, you put me on the register, and now I have the
Right,
restrictions.
right.
You know, what notice requirement do we have to give them?
I didn't think we required notices
No notices to them that their property's gonna change?
when we first did the map.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, I didn't, I wasn't here when you guys did the map.
Right, that was,
I'm just trying to think of,
would have been 10
I wanna
years
make
ago.
sure that we satisfy,
The due
Okay.
process.
yeah.
Provide the owner or occupant of the building or structure with a written notice of declaration, and there's our requirements for the notice.
Okay.
Cite the authority, explain the effect, indicate interim protection, not more than 2 working days after declaring a building or structure is under protection.
So, John, you gotta send this out
Correct,
within 2 days?
yes.
Okay.
That's after city council accepts
Approves
it.
it.
Yeah. Correct?
Negative. That as soon as we, like tomorrow,
Uh-huh.
gotta work on getting letters together tomorrow.
So it's not after council accepts it?
Right.
Does council have to accept our
No.
list? I was gonna say I didn't. think
Well-
so.
As soon as we've accepted them, they go under interim protection. And then we're on standby till council approves it, but interim protected is protected per this.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Oh.
so
If council
that's why they
rejects
get-
it, then they go away.
That's why they
Okay.
get notice, gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That makes sense. I guess it'd be no different than your tax increase bill you get,
Right.
Yeah,
There you go.
Now, we do have on here authority for staff approvals for some applications.
Gotcha. Well, let's keep plowing through it real
Right.
quick here. Go back to that one, I don't know about that one. It's-
I don't think that one needs to be on there.
No.
However, the one on the corner,
What's the date on that? That's the sports house?
1900,
What is it?
1900.
Yeah, I'd say that's well kept.
Mm-hmm. Very well.
I would say that one, can I get a motion on that one?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
How about the McAdams house, the next brick down on the right? Past St. Lawrence Playground.
well, hold on one second before we move down the street.
Yep.
What about the house to the right of this one?
The church,
Yeah, the church, that little,
He said everything on Walnut was
well,
protected, didn't he?
right here,
yeah, no, there's a little house.
a little guy right
That's a
there.
garage.
There's a,
That's a carport.
Go to the
There's a-
left, it's
I
in
think there's a
between.
house hiding here in the, that one there.
That was, the nun's house.
Yeah, the St. Lawrence owns that one. I thought we said no to that one. What's the date on that?
I've got no record on that one.
I mean, that seems fairly, I'm gonna say probably, 50s to 60s. Just a frame.
I mean, it doesn't have any real significant importance, right? It's in the district.
It's
Right.
within the
It's over
district.
40 years old, but there's no,
There's no architectural,
right.
Right. I don't see it really contributing to,
right.
I'm still fascinated by the neighbor's house there.
Yeah.
And you get two different addresses though, right?
For the neighbor's house, no, one address,
Just one?
30.
I think somebody's homesteading on that.
All right, ready to push on down Short Street?
Yes, please. I think you're behind the trees on,
I'm still behind the trees.
now go hard right, there you go. You have a date?
That one's gonna be 1930.
It's hard to believe that was 90 years ago,
Jeez.
you know?
How would you like to build it and 7 years later have it flooded up to the top of your
Yeah.
roof?
Right.
I don't know, I would say yes on that one.
Bring the age, you almost have to.
Mhm.
80 years.
501 Short Street.
Can I get a motion for 501 Short Street?
That's on the,
Second,
I second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Now, the one next to it, the Bedford Stone's probably a little more modern, isn't it?
1958.
Yeah. But I would have missed, I was gonna say 60.
Is that a single?
I think it's a try, isn't it? Or a duplex.
I mean, it's 3,500 square feet.
Maybe a try.
Huh.
I see 3 mailboxes on the side.
You sure do. Bypass that one.
Yeah.
oh yeah, there's an apartment in the basement there.
Almost
Yeah, I'm gonna
definitely.
say probably 2 in the, or 1 in the front, 1 on the side, 1 in the rear. What do you have for that frame home?
And we're still on, none of these are listed.
What's your born on date on the one on the right?
1890.
Wow,
Oh, really? Wow.
I'm impressed.
How about the one next to it?
1870.
And Nittenberg's,
Yippenberg's 1915.
15?
1915.
Wow.
Wow.
County record.
I'm gonna say all 3 of them bad boys.
I would-
Okay.
Yeah.
Get
Can I get a motion?
435, 433,
Yeah, those three.
and 429.
All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Did you hear that, John? List all
Yep.
3 of those? It's pretty impressive.
Okay.
You okay?
So choked out.
There's some
Want some water?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, moving on down the line.
Where's that empty field you wanted to ask us about? Isn't it up here somewhere?
Empty field.
Yeah, you said there was something up by the school that's on the register, but it's just, there's
Empty
nothing on
lot.
it?
Was it a demo, maybe?
Oh, no, it was a whole block of homes that aren't,
Oh.
they're within the
block
district but not on the
homes.
registry.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we're to the left of that one.
Yeah,
Is our next one? And that's Aaron Cook's old house, isn't it?
sure is.
What's that? That's probably an old one too.
$1,900.
Yeah. How about the one next to it, the,
One next to it's
Kinda
1950.
50?
Yep.
Kind of an Art Deco clay block, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like tile.
If the machine catches it, there you go.
I'm thinking that's, like I say, bare, so I don't think you're gonna do much with that. I would say take the one and Aaron's
Mm-hmm.
and accept it. Can I get a motion?
That's on the,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
421 Short Street.
Of course, apartment's fairly new.
Yeah.
I think Chris Green just bought that, didn't
Chris Green did?
he? Yeah. How about going up back towards Walnut, we'll get that little house of, just passed away, between, who am I talking about, Dick?
If
Was
we
the
get a guy
painter.
in,
It was the painter.
Jim, Jennifer was just talking by him, like,
Right here,
Yes,
yeah,
the one that's got murals all over it right now.
yes.
That is gonna be
It looks old.
15 East Tate, 1890.
Yeah. Well, it would be.
That's not listed.
No.
so we should look.
Oh wait, that one is listed. That's the only one's listed right there.
It is listed?
It is listed, yes.
Oh, good.
Okay. You think they got a certificate for the,
For the mural?
yeah.
I doubt it.
Okay, go back to Short Street.
Okay, we do have quite a few listings further on down Short. I've got an entire block between Center and William. There's nothing listed.
Center and Williams,
Yep.
and you're good between Tate and, Center?
We've got quite a few of them on there.
Okay.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 that aren't listed in that space.
Between Tate and,
Between, yes, Tate and Center.
so we
I'm
want
looking
get
Center to
those,
William.
Please.
I'm looking at Center to William. So of those 3, none of those are listed.
On the right? You're saying?
Yeah, on the right.
How about home furniture, are they listed?
Home furniture is listed, yes.
Okay.
Sorry, half of home furniture is listed. Because
Right.
this
Yeah.
the rear of the structure is not listed.
Gotcha.
Remember when that burnt down?
Yeah, yep. So talk to us on those 3.
Let's see here. One at the end, I believe it's just been remodeled, or they're still in the process. Looking at 1890 on that one.
Wow. Okay. The one in the middle,
One in the middle, 1890 as well.
farthest one from us.
Well, the end was 1890. Let's see here. The closest one to us is 1900.
Okay. So that would probably be all 3.
All 3 of them.
Can I get a
So
motion?
move we add those.
I
Second.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Scotty's building on there?
Which one's that?
Yeah.
Corner?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They've been here
We've
multiple
been letting
times.
her out.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
They've done a great job so far.
Yeah, it really looks
Yeah.
nice. They just put those 2 new lights at the front door,
Mm-hmm.
you know, those coach lights, those look real nice.
Got those listed.
One thing I was questioning about that, didn't she show pillars coming up off those,
I was wondering about that.
It was a short pillar with a stone top, like a,
well, I thought it had pillars going up to overhang, like a,
it did. They were, if they were there, they were sucked back against the building itself.
no, I'm talking about on her,
Proposal.
her future plan. I thought it had 2 individual columns. I'll have to look at her.
If they were columns, they were short, like where a handrail would hang.
No, the handrail came up off the concrete
Okay.
step rail, didn't they show that?
I don't remember that.
Was there,
There was like 2 concrete, there on the steps, there was 2 concrete short walls that the rail was attached to. Then I thought they had a column, wood column, or it could have been faux, going up to the to a covering over top that doorway walking in. Something's not completed yet, I mean,
The
she's,
covering's not there yet.
right, but I thought
But
that,
if there were pillars, they might install that when they do the
yes.
awning.
Yeah, but I've noticed they put the coach lights there on the top.
They did
which
just put
made
a,
me think they're
they
not gonna
just put a
any
grant app
columns
in for
there.
the awnings that they've got approved already.
Yeah,
So I'll get a new design on that when I call her tomorrow.
okay.
Let's look back this way.
Maria doesn't have anything?
Nah.
Thorgy's is gonna be in the 70s?
What about the buildings that burnt, were they on the registry?
Yes.
Did we take them off?
They were not listed.
Oh, they were not?
They were within the district, but not listed.
I thought she had to come, I thought she came from us for a certificate.
She owned a couple on High Street.
Oh,
She
okay,
gave her certificates on those.
gotcha. Yeah, it should have been, because those were all
Okay, let me hop
fairly
over.
old that she had. Weren't they?
Were-
The old structures that were there were.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those
So-
were,
What
Wait.
about the post office?
post office is listed.
Okay.
I guess it's notable, but I never thought it should be.
Well, it's probably federal though, isn't it?
Feel like
I don't know if it's federal, but it's listed on our register here. So I'm looking at Elms.
I guess it's notable.
Right now, it's not very contributable though, is it?
Okay.
I wish something would happen with that.
I wish her the best of luck in getting something,
I was surprised. First one I did,
you know what I mean?
then the second one I tried, I broke my
Yeah?
lowering device in my.
Okay.
You've been
Of
in that
these,
thing?
The welder
Pretty
was so
neat.
hot, it broke, it's like,
I'd like to see it.
I don't know what she's taken out, but it actually has like the
I did it-
Big Brother spy in the sky catwalks where they would keep an eye on employees.
Oh, really?
Even in the restrooms, they got like viewing ports. You can literally look down in both the men and women's restrooms. To see directly down in them. The marshals would actually go in from the side to the basement, then they would go up a ladder all the way to the top. But,
sweet sour chicken.
yeah.
okay.
If you
I got-
Google that, I guess it was the average architect in the post office in that area.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I'm exhausted, I didn't go to bed. That's right.
I got one more block I want to look at.
Okay.
Okay.
Nothing on
Tonight.
Elm from Center to William is listed. But I think,
That duplex there,
none of these are listed.
Then
Okay.
add back to the.
what's your born on date there?
Last night, 'cause I still got 8 pounds left. Jeez, let me have cereal. Good old cereal. Let's get this. Hey. Looks like you're doing some.
That duplex is 1860.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got a new front door,
And next to it,
so
Next to it,
he's a pretty good guy. Yeah. Decent,
1926.
pretty good door.
wow. Go on down, grab one more, what do you got?
Back door,
Next one's going to be
back porch there,
1897.
here's,
Take a peek at it.
and then, that was custom.
Is that it or?
Now there's one tucked around the side there. There it is. And what, that was 27?
Yes. Next one's going to be 1870.
Wow.
Hiding behind a tree here.
He comes out and takes measurements,
Okay.
and it takes about,
And the one after that is approximately 1895. The one
So what do we do with that? That's the one they're working on
That's
now,
what
isn't
they're
it?
currently working on, yes.
we got, the first round, we got it all done with Lawrenceburg.
So do we exempt that until,
That's $7,500.
yeah,
So,
I mean, it's in the process of a major, you can almost tell from the back there where they put a whole new roof.
Yes.
the lower door, the back door is 200.
That's a total gut, isn't it?
They all came with screen
And the next one down, the brick, is 1870.
One of them's the full blind inside, that's
Um,
the glass, so you can't break it.
Give us the address on the one to the left there.
So we got that,
This one here,
Yes.
oh, yeah. And then,
address there is
front door,
217, 219 Elm.
1,700 for the screen.
So what was the first one on the corner?
You buy the lot.
From that address back to,
They'll put it on loan.
to,
239, 241.
Center?
Yeah, I mean, complete installation, everything up 1,700.
So do we accept, what was it,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6, and
6 properties from
Michael,
217 to 241 Elm.
and put the one on hold? Because they've actually have a building permit in hand, don't they?
They've got everything in hand for what they need to finish now, yes.
And put a hold on that one until completion?
the house and the front door.
You want to put a hold on everything till the next meeting? We can review this since we have to start planning commission here in 10 minutes?
We can go ahead and accept these, can't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Be our last accept.
Be 2 rounds of letters, be able to generate a map, bring it back to the next meeting, finish it up, and then go to council with it.
So we accept, whatever the one is to the right there, we'll put a hold on that one till
Yes, yes.
completion.
With a hold on 223 Elm.
Can I get a motion to accept the other structures?
I move.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
And this will be our old business for next month.
Very good. So you'll generate the minutes also?
We'll have minutes for 2 of them,
Yes.
and then come back with this.
Yes, sir.
We need a motion to adjourn.
If there's no other old business,
It'd be great to have a motion to adjourn.
second?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
Okay.
How many do we have total?
Oh, a lot.
The other one's
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
He
12,
said that's too many letters.
gonna remote it. And he had it way out something.
approximately 23.
Oh, good.
I'd say I've got 2 more blocks I'd like to look at, but that was a real good chunk. I think we did good today.
Yeah.
It was just taking probably remote.
Okay.
Well, see everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.